Hi there, I'm Sam from EasyTradingSignals.com, and what I want to do very quickly is just to show you what's currently happening with AMD, because it's interesting. If we take a look at the current structure we have here, we actually have potential end of a 5-wave move, and as you can see, we have a couple of signals here as well. That was very successful, but I want to just quickly highlight what we have here. So we potentially have a wave 1, 2, and here this could either be end of the wave 3 over here or the end of the wave 3 over there. But let's take a look at it from this perspective. Let's say that's end of wave 3, end of wave 4, and this is our wave 5, which would then complete the edit wave. If that is the case, and what we have here is part of a correction, so we could then potentially see this move down in a correction. Although on the other hand, we could have this could be end of wave 3 over there, and this is our correction, in which case this would be our final wave 5. We do have an indication here of a potential up move. We do have our breakout levels here as well. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens at these levels, because as I said, we can either be dealing with the end of a wave 5, which would mean that we would be starting with a correction, or we could actually already be inside a correction, and this could simply be part of that. So if I look at this a little bit closer, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that this just needs to pop up slightly higher than this candle over here for us to actually complete the 5th wave, if this is in fact the 5th wave, and this was the end of wave 3 over here. So let's see how this plays out. This point, yep, this is breaking down, so let's see, it might still pop back up because we haven't quite broken through these levels here, and this is still definitely impulsive in nature because we see a definitive move in one direction, and now we have our correction in the 3 wave, so 1, 2, 3. So or we could simply, it could simply be that this is the end of our 5th wave over here, or that this is part of our correction, in which case we are heading down. Either way, the important thing to note here is that when you can count 2 big corrections like these, you should not be entering a large trade, because you simply do not know what is going to happen next. So we have a correction over here, and we have another one over here, and we have another one over here, right? So and we have one that's currently on the way. So there, as we can see, it is in fact breaking down. So once you see 2 corrections like this, and it has already headed up, you should really think twice before you think, okay, this is only going up, it's never going to reverse, because you very well may be at the end of the run, end of your impulsive move, in which case you'll be heading into corrective territory, and therefore your trade will not work out as you thought and won't just keep on rocketing up. It will in fact be entering in a correction phase. So so in this case we have 1, 2, so over here it would really be dangerous. So this is either part of the wave 3 over here, this sideways move, or here we have potentially the end of wave 3 with it extending all the way across. To my reading, I think the fifth wave ended here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I believe we are now in a corrective phase. So I just wanted to quickly show you when to, just look out, just be careful about how you trade, and you can also see how the trending arrows actually work over here, and these little crosses, what that basically means that there's potential for this move to basically halt somewhat, and as you can see, that's exactly what happened. This could mean a potential reversal short term, or it could potentially be the start of a longer reversal move, as you can see in these cases over here, and here at the top as well, moving down. But that's what these little crosses mean over here, and of course the trending arrow basically just telling you that, okay, we're potentially changing trend and moving downwards. And over here we have our breakout levels. Here was an important one. You can see it broke through nicely. It established the level, went through it, touched it, drew power from moving averages, and then just rocketed up all the way along the moving averages, going upwards. And here we can see a new one forming, a new breakout level forming right over here. Basically ready to break down and quite potentially go and touch this 50 moving average over here. So let's see what happens. Okay, it kind of looks like we actually do have a reversal here in place. So basically our little warning over here did work out, and here we have a new signal for a trending arrow going upwards. And you'll see the trending arrows may update during the live bar. The intent is to give you an early warning, so if you have other factors like our little potential reversal crossover here, and the level that's been touched, the trending arrow may indicate a reversal like this, and it may update. But once it actually signaled and moves on to the next bar, there you go. It won't go away, even if the market moves against it. It will stay there. So it gives you an early warning, and then says there once the bar is complete, and you can also have it set to not give you an early warning, but to only show on the next bar when it's actually completed. And there we go. Looks like a nice little run up there. And here we have potential new level forming. That's what those little dots mean. But even though this doesn't look like a lot, we actually have a move all the way from, a good move from 91.10ish all the way to 91.30.34. That's actually quite a nice little move already, and it looks like it's just pulling back somewhat before potentially heading higher. And I would expect it to at least reach the 91.47. So there we now have a fully formed breakout level, just below 91.40, 91.30, 38, 15, 37. Right, and it's breaking down. Right, we've just seen a new training arrow form. So we now have a breakout level, potentially getting moved down, as well as a training arrow telling us that we might be heading down. So now we'll have to see, because we have moving averages here as well as this level, we'll have to see if it breaks through this or whether it bounces. Now if this doesn't break through, we might be looking at a wedge forming. So we'll see what the case is. We might be looking at a wedge like that, forming over here. And normally with that, you'll see 5 moves. It's kind of difficult sometimes to tell exactly where they start, but let's say if it did start here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then head back further. So let's see. So in this case, it did in fact bounce. Okay, and there we have an uptrending arrow forming. So let's see if it breaks through that or whether it is in fact forming a wedge here. Okay, interesting. Looks like we're going to go for a breakout. We also have new breakout levels forming. Let's see what happens when this candle closes and where it heads. So another 30 seconds left in this particular candle. Okay, so basically we are right at the edge of the wedge there, edge of the wedge. To me this looks like it wants to break up because we certainly have high lows, and the higher highs is not quite there, but it's just at the edge of breaking out. So let's see how it behaves going forward. Okay, so our wedge is getting a little bit messy here. Not really breaking out as much as I'd expected it would. Extend the lines somewhat. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. You can also see the volume spike on that. Alright, now it's breaking through. Yep, there we go. Convincingly breaking through that. And a warning that we might be getting some consolidation, primarily because of the speed at which it had suddenly moved up. You always find a bit of a breather, market just resting somewhat. But that is a lovely move. If you've got it all the way here from where it broke through this level outside our wedge at 91.30, 32-ish, all the way to 91.66. When you got your warning that it might be entering consolidation phase, that's 30 points. That is amazing. That would have been a very, very nice little trade right there. We did have some hesitancy over here where it looked like it might be breaking, but it never went quite below our stop loss level over here. And here we go, a bit of a rest, and now it is just rocketing further up. And once again, we're getting a warning that this is quite an extreme move compared to what the market has been doing. So there is a potential for a pullback. In other words, consider taking at least some profits at these levels. Hopefully this gave you some insight on how to use training arrows and breakout levels indicators in your trading. A bit of a quick live demo, and I hope that you check out the indicators, and you get a full 7 days that you can try it out. Put it on any chart that you like, see how it works for you, and I hope that it helps you in your trading. It looks like this is quite a monster move. If we take a quick look here, if you took it right here, the breakout level, and we just draw our lines over here to where we are currently. That is a monster move right there. This would have been like a one and done trade if you had gotten into it in time, or even if you took it early, and if you got in, there we go, that's a little bit better. If you got in right when the trending arrow indicated with the stop loss level down here, even better, right? But even the safer entry would have been at the break of the breakout level, and currently a massive move up, taking some partials over here, and of course over here we once again have a warning of potential pullback, and it did in fact do exactly that. So you would have probably you could have stayed in right up to that level there, and as soon as you gotten the notification of the potential pullback, that would have made it a very good 90-point move, which is pretty awesome. And of course we're not even really touching any of our moving averages here, the 6 or the 9. So it's still very much in the territory of just rocketing up at the moment. But yeah, I thought you might enjoy a quick live view of how the training arrows and the breakout levels work, and how you can utilize them in your trading. And I hope that you like that. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.